Ballz Visual Radio it is. Thanks a lot to Ray. Wanted to hear that song from REM. Angus and Elaine and Louis and Stephen and Christian and Vihan and Irene. Okay, Irene, we're not playing your songs. Although that one Green Day suggestion was pretty cool. So because you did such a great job with Fuji and our website, maybe we'll play it. Thanks a lot for all your call requests, and you can just check them out on our brand new website, balls.co.za. Part of the weekend was spent yesterday. Was actually an awesome sports day because there I was, turned on the TV and caught the 38th place playoff and saw Australia playing in it, which was cool. It's always nice to see them playing in 38th place playoffs. Gearing up towards what was really, really cool to watch, and that was the baby box. Because first I watched the Baby Blacks. Wow, did they look impressive in their semi-final. And then the Baby Box came and just smashed Argentina. And Dawie Theron, the coach of the Baby Box, good afternoon. Welcome, sir.
Golf clap.
Very much.
Nice to have you on Skype with us today at your hotel. And we were just saying, the Baby Blacks looked impressive. Argentina came into that semi-final off the back of a really, really good performance in the competition so far. Best they've ever done, I think, in this competition. You guys just smashed them.
I think it was, to our advantage. We played them earlier the year, and we learned a lot from those two matches. But then we had a slow start to this tournament as well, and the guys just pulled together, and we got really focused on what we wanted to do, and we pulled it through.
All right. Look, there must have been a danger after losing to Ireland in that first game, although it was a narrow loss. That it might have been a little bit. Obviously, you would have been concerned. People would have seen I think he made 11 changes, and people might have seen that as a bit of panic. But just take us through your thought process after that loss, because clearly it was the right move. You brought the right players in, and you got the campaign back on track.
Yes, I think we started out with a couple of injuries. We went into this competition, and a guy like William Smith had a little bit of concussion. We wanted to start him in the first game. He's a very good organizer of the backline, and we couldn't. But one or two niggles in that game, and two tries that we conceded in the tournament thus far was those two touchdowns from the Irish. It's difficult to coach against that. I think we've got a very good defensive and the defensive system, and I think that caught us on the day. And then we haven't played really under pressure or that pressure in front of a lot of people at home. I think some of the guys felt the pressure, and the further we went into this competition, the guys respond to the home crowds, and we really started to pull a little bit of energy from that. And the guys responded very well, So it was a learning curve for us, and I think we came out well out of that.
Dawie, in a way, though, it's funny how things happen for a reason. If you
sorry, Dawie, just before you go, if you do see our camera disappear, don't panic. We're still here. Okay, we can still hear you. Just so that our connectivity can be a little bit better. Cool. Yeah, carry on.
No, if you'd beaten Ireland, you probably would have ended up playing New Zealand as opposed to Argentina.
Yes, exactly. I said after that first match, I said maybe in a couple of we will say that ironically we'll look back and say that was the best thing that could have happened to us. And I said it after the last match again. Ironically it was the best thing that happened to us. We pulled together as a team, and if we had beaten Ireland with say 5 points, then we would have played New Zealand already now in the semi-final. And we know New Zealand is the trophy holders, and it will be a dream final for us to play against them. Not to take anything away from the other countries.
And I was very impressed with the crowd that turned up for the game as well, by the way. I think you guys are getting an absolutely unbelievable crowd for the final, because both sides look scary. In fact, if that is an indication of the future of both countries' rugby, then basically I think, and just looking at how our senior side played over the weekend, the All Blacks, they almost actually lost their game. But I really think that South Africa and New Zealand rugby are going to just dominate over the next 4 years at least.
Yes, I believe so as well. I think especially if you look at the likes of the Pollards and those guys coming through, and we've got a tremendous depth on lock at the moment. And Peter Stevens doing a wonderful job at number 7, and the front row I thought really played well. We scrubbed really well in difficult conditions. So yes, there's a lot of guys. Jan Serfontein there in the midfield.
Where do you find him? He's unbelievable, and he's built like a brick shithouse.
He I looked a bit to the school benches. He was still at school last year, and Andre Portman is still at school.
He's still there,
yeah. So the guys are coming through thick and fast, and I promise you, there's a lot of talent out there.
The thought that went through my mind yesterday watching young Pollard, he seems like very much in the nice Naas mold, very controlled, very calm, managed to dictate the game. He's like, hold on, just wait, give us a few years. We're still going to get Hussen into the side. We don't want to have them all there together because we want them all to play.
Yes, you see, that's the thing. We were very heartbroken when Hussen got injured because he should play for us in the tournament, although I thought that Heineken might have pulled him.
He would have.
For the series, Yeah. So then along came Pollard, so that was great stuff. And not to take anything away.
Along came Pollard.
And not to take anything away from Tony. Tony came into this competition also with a little bit of carrying an injury, but I still believe Tony Jantjies, the brother of Elton Jantjies, very good prospect for the future as well. He's just not 100% on form at the moment, but he's getting better and better.
All right. And I'm just get an injury update first of all. Your skipper Ian Small-Smith. What is the prognosis there?
Yeah, well, at the moment it is not good news for us. We're still waiting on the final outcome of his doctor's appointment, and at the moment it looks like he's going to be out with a ligament problem in the knee. All right.
Does Liebenberg go back to captain then?
Yeah, well, if William is not available, definitely Vian is our captain. He suffered an injury early on.
Yeah.
But, if they can run in tandem like they did now, then Vian will come back. He's a good captain, good leader, and he will take his position that belongs to him.
Another one that impressed me immensely in the game, and that's after you lost Paul Jordan. I mean, Paul didn't come in 100% fit. What was the thought? Because he seemed to be struggling early on in the game. Paul Jordan. What was the? Was he 100%, or did you think he was, or was he carrying something when he went in?
After the England game, in the first practice session, he had complaints of stiffness and stuff in his upper leg. And they thought that it was to do with the hip flexor and maybe a little bit of a hamstring stiffness. So we just let him rest for a couple of sessions. And off the scene for the last year or so. And he came back and played for Free State in a Vodacom Cup game. One of the last games that they played for the Cheetahs in the Vodacom Cup game, and Uncle Pete phoned me and said to me, "Listen, this guy is on fire at the moment." So we pulled him in late, and he just slotted in, and he's such a lovely guy to work with. He's very friendly, full of energy, and always up for the task. And I'm so glad for him that it came off, because he had a brilliant night.
Yep. So I thought he was one of the men of the match, to be honest, sure. in the game. Simon?
Dawie, how much contact do you have with Heineke Meyer?
No, it's a good open relationship between us and with Rassie as well. So we started our campaign, obviously a year ago, and Heineke only started a couple of months ago. So I believe that in the future it will just get stronger and stronger. But they was already visited one of our camps in Langebaan, and there's constant communication between us. And
do you chase him?
To where?
Chase him out of there. Hey, los ons spelers uit. Jy vat nie enige van ons spelers nie. Ek weet wat maak jy hier so, Heineke.
You can take them a week from now.
Yeah, exactly. Not now.
But he will not take them now. But anyway, there's a very good relationship, and I think that I believe in what he's doing, and I back him 100%.
Dawie, what's very interesting is that this crop of players could well be contesting a Rugby World Cup final years down the line. That's what tends to happen, the same nucleus of players.
I think it'll be South Africa, New Zealand, Rugby World Cup final, Japan. I've no doubts. I think we're going to be streets ahead of any other country by then.
I think, I've said it a year or two ago, a year and a half, that you'll see younger and younger players coming through the system earlier, and already we've seen it. If you look at guys like Siya Kolisi, Nizam Kars, Stephen Kitshoff, Etzebeth, and all those guys, they're brilliant players. They're on the international scene already, and they're 20, 21 years old. Now we've got guys that's weighing 130 kilograms, 2 meters tall, you know, and the guys are just getting the physique is there and the heart is there. And, you know, Pollard is 96, 97 kilograms. He's 1.9 meters tall, you know. That for a guy that's still in pool, that's massive at fly off, you know. Yeah. So there's such a lot of talent coming through that I think that we will see a lot of young guys on the scene. And like you said, you know, 4 years from now, these guys will be at a very ripe age.
All right, tell young Pollard that Nicole has offered to do his studies for him while he's playing rugby, and that she'll privately tutor him when he needs to catch
He's going to fail if Nicole does his studies.
Lies.
No, listen, I was really impressed with how the baby box played. I mean, Argentina were not looking bad in this competition, and you guys absolutely played them off the park. Looking very confident. It's going to be a great final, Dawie, and thanks a lot for chatting to us. Well done on getting the guys back on track so quickly after that loss against Ireland, and I'm sure that the whole of South Africa is going to be really amped for the big game, for the big final.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Lekker om met jou te praat. Cheers, Dawie. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Dawie Theron joining us here on Ballz Visual Radio. Nice, eh? That was, I really thoroughly enjoyed watching that game.
Yeah, it was a great game.
I even put the Euro soccer on hold, and, well, I didn't realize the golf was starting so late.
And like you said, Sunday night in Cape Town, Newlands
packed.
Yeah, almost.
Lovely, eh?
Well, I mean, the two side stands were packed.
Yeah.
I think they'll have the full stadium. Well, they didn't have the upper tier. I didn't think they opened it, or they only opened it afterwards. There were a couple of, but it was low tier. I think they'll have both those stands packed for the big game this weekend. Thanks to JJ as well for sorting that out for us with Johnny.
Thank you, JJ.
And hopefully we'll catch up with the guys again sometime later this week as we gear up towards that big final here at Ballz Visual Radio. More rugby, lots more coming up here after 4 o'clock today. We'll be having a chat to getting into the Bok camp, chatting England rugby as well, what they feel after the loss, and Campo and the flush out after 5. Avicii on Ballz Visual Radio. Everyone loved your commentary on Saturday, Simon.
Shut up, Dan.
I think we should do the under-20 game as well.
You're not going to schmooze me like this.
Let's do the under-20 final as well.
No!